one son, and he's grown up. He's moved out. He lives in a different city in Roanoke, Virginia, and our services are mostly serving Radha Madan Mohan, our deities. For the ISKCON Potomac Temple, my wife makes jewelry. I used to serve on the board of directors there. I've retired from that position, but then otherwise, whatever service is needed at the temple, we try and do that. We spend a lot of time taking care of Bhakti Vriksha and the other devotees who are under our care. Okay, so I'm going to pause over here, and just to prevent any confusion, I'll call out the name of the devotee, and if you can speak a few minutes about yourself. There's no stipulation in terms of what is that you need to speak. Anything that comes to your mind, anything that's of interest, and as an icebreaker, I'm also going to ask you to, at the end of your self-introduction, to give me one word that describes your relationship to the material world. Just one word. Okay, good. And again, I see that there are still devotees without their video on. So in case you haven't done it so far, please do it. Prem Kishore Prabhu is actually helping me host it. He's one of the participants in the Bhakti Bhayahari, and he's also helping me record the sessions. I have a channel on YouTube by my name, so it should go under there. So in case you miss the class anytime, you can go there, and I'll send you the details on the WhatsApp group. So we will start with Abhijit Prabhu. Abhijit Prabhu, if you want to tell us a little bit about yourself.
Hare Krishna. I'm doing my PhD in College Station since 2015, and I've been in College Station for almost 6.5 years. And I started the journey of Krishna consciousness since 2016 when I started volunteering with the Bhakti Yoga Club here at Texas A&M. When Trupti Palkar and Jan Palkar, they started the club in 2013. It's my privilege, and also I feel excited to work with the club and volunteer. But systematic study has not been done in the past, so I thought like this year I will start it systematically. And moreover, chanting also, like I started chanting once or twice a day, but it was not continuous, and I have been coming like improving and decreasing. And I think like through the study also I will focus more towards my chanting.
Welcome. Thank you so much.
The word I feel like which is more connected to materialistic world for me is ambition.
Ambition. Okay. Thank you, Abhijit Prabhu. Anandamai Mataji. Okay, Mataji says she cannot talk. Anantacharya Prabhu.
Hare Krishna, everyone. Thank you again, Prabhu, for hosting this and allowing us to be part of this organized study of 4 scriptures, basically from Prabhupada. So I'm based in Singapore. So I started this Krishna consciousness journey in mid-2018, where I used to do my master's in National University of Singapore. At that point, I was being a volunteer in the NUS, National University of Singapore Bhakti Yoga Club. So I used to be a regular attendant and doing like simple services like distributing prashadam setting up the venue, etc. So over the years, I've been consistent in attending both university program and temple program. I've never missed a Saturday Bhagavad Gita class, and I try to be attentive in hearing and chanting the holy names since beginning. So I took my initiation last year June under Srila Romapada Swami Maharaj. So the journey has been very good, determined so far, and I'm excited about this journey as well. So one word that I'm connecting to the material world is observing.
Very
Hare
nice.
Krishna.
We actually attended your initiation ceremony over Zoom. So I remember Maharaj talking about you. Welcome, Prabhu.
Hare Krishna.
Okay. Anish Prabhu. Anish Prabhu, are you there? Okay, his camera is turned on, but okay, let's move on. Bhagwati Prabhu.
Hare Krishna, Dandavat Pranam, Jai Shri Prabhupada. I'm Bhagwati Prasad. I'm in the Fort Lauderdale, Florida area. Been in Krishna consciousness since 4.5 years. It's a wonderful journey. Been looking for different things, but this is one jewel which I've been looking for all my life. I have my wife Neha. She's also on the call, and I work in IT. I have 2 kids, Ishan, who is 9 years old, and Meera, she is 4. And the one word for material world I want to utilize that is Yukta Vairagya.
Fantastic. Thank you, Prabhu.
Thank you.
I do notice that the list of the participant is actually reordering itself. I was hoping to go through the list, but now I notice that the list has reordered itself.
Yeah, Prabhu, when
So-
people switch on and switch off the cameras, it changes.
I'm a little bit of a newbie at all this. So what would be the best way for me to go down the list? Okay, we'll see. I think maybe if I miss somebody, I'll ask them to speak. Bhakti William, Prabhu, if you're there.
Hare Krishna, can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, Andvat Pranam Prabhu. Yeah, my name is William. I've been sort of at least casually involved in ISKCON for about 4 years, and maybe more seriously attending programs and trying to become Krishna conscious for about 2 years. I heard about this class from Namapriya Devidasi Prabhu. She's a great mentor of mine in Phoenix. And I see so many other devotees I look up to from Phoenix on this call, so I'm really happy to see them. I'm an undergraduate student at Arizona State. I study urban planning, and a word that describes my connection to the material world is food, maybe.
Food. Thank you, Prabhu. Chaitanya Ras Prabhu.
Hare Krishna Prabhu, Dandavat Pranam, all glories to Srila Prabhupada. My name is Chaitanya Rasa Dasa, and my wife is also on the call, Ranga Devi Dasi. I have 2 daughters, one 14, Subhadra, and another 7, Satya Bhama. And I'm a disciple of His Holiness Rompad Swami Maharaj. I've been in Krishna conscious since, I would say, 2012-13 time frame. and I got initiated in 2017. And I work in IT, and my wife also as well. And the one word I would say, patience.
Patience.
Thank you, Prabhu. Thank you for the opportunity.
Thank you, Prabhu. I hope I'm pronouncing your name right, Mataji. Is it Cernix?
Yes, you did great. It's Cernex. Hi, everybody. Happy Thursday. I'm from Richmond, Virginia, originally from Ohio. I actually heard about the Bhagavad Gita on a podcast that I was listening to while I was at work. Got the book, read it, and now I am a devotee. And I wanted to join this class just to develop myself spiritually and be a part of something bigger. And my word would be confusion.
Nice. I can relate to that. Thank you. Gayatri Mataji.
Hare Krishna, everyone. I live in Miami area. Originally, I'm from Ukraine. The first time I met devotees was maybe 16 years ago. I really was excited about what they told me. However, at that time, I was very deep into Christianity, so I didn't get involved as much. So my journey with the Krishna consciousness was gradual. I cannot tell that, I started to be Krishna conscious at a certain level. It started 16 years ago, and I'm still on the way. I'm really excited about this course because I think Bhagavad Gita is, this is the word of God. I've read it a few times, and it's never boring. I always find something new, and I want to know this book deeper. I want to understand Krishna's words more, and I'm really excited to talk to each and every one of you to listen to your understanding. And I also want to be able to answer other people's questions when they ask me what is Bhagavad Gita about. I want to have this basic knowledge of how to explain other people what is Bhagavad Gita and who is Krishna. And what was, you asked one word, how I can describe this material world? Or
maybe your relationship to the material world.
Well, I'm still attached, so I think attachment would be my word.
Okay, that's being very honest. Thank you for it. And I noticed you said you're from Ukraine, so I'm sorry to hear about all the horrible stuff that's going on over there. I just hope that you're not personally impacted too much. Right. One of my colleagues, I was talking to her, and she was telling me so many, I guess, horrible things. There's no other way to describe what's going on over there. So I'm just hoping and praying that Krishna is protecting you and your loved ones if you have over there.
Thank you for your sincere prayers. Thank you so much. I think that's the only thing that can help Ukraine is the prayer.
I was seeing there's a lot of prasadam distribution that is happening. The devotees there are they're really fixed up. Okay, thank you. So moving on, Jai Govind Prabhu.
Hare Krishna Prabhu. Dandavad Pranam, please accept my humble obeisances. So I'm Jai Govind Das. I'm in College Station, Texas. I work in IT, and we got introduced to Krishna consciousness formally at Penn State many years ago. We were initiated on Radhashtami Day in 2011 at the Houston Temple. And my primary service is worshipping our deities, Sri Sri Nitai Gaur Nataraj. And one word that I would, describe in relation to the material world is tolerance.
Tolerance. Very nice. Thank you. Welcome, Prabhu. Okay. Kalpana Mataji.
You're muted, Kalpana Mataji.
Sorry, Prabhu. Hare Krishna, Prabhu. Danvat Pranam. Jai Srila Prabhupada. Jai Gurudev. Prabhu, my name is Kalpana and my husband's name is Rakesh and I have two daughters. One is 15-year-old and one is 9 years old. And I love to serve my deity and I have been practicing Krishna consciousness since 2010 and still I'm struggling. I want to do something, but one word I would like to say that patience. Yes.
Thank you. You said patience, right?
Yes, Prabhu.
Thank you. Wonderful. Welcome, Mataji. Keval Bhakti Prabhu.
Prabhu, you need to unmute your.
Oh, I'm sorry. Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Okay. Hare Krishna, everyone. Dandat Pranam. Hare Krishna, Prabhu. Hare Krishna, everyone. So my name is Kevala Bhakti Das, and I live in Arizona with my wife Archana and two kids. My kids' ages are 6 and 3. So I'm a disciple of His Holiness Rampad Maharaj. I got introduced to Krishna consciousness back in Detroit when I was studying, and because the association of His Grace Chidanandan Prabhu, who's also a disciple of His Holiness Rampad Maharaj, I got introduced to Krishna consciousness, and after that I moved to Arizona, and I've been very fortunate to get some services in our temple here, and because of Radha Madhahari's blessings, I've been continuing to visit temple very frequently every week, and been in association of amazing devotees here in Arizona. So the one word that basically describes my connection to the material world is deceiving.
Did you say receiving or deceiving?
Deceiving.
Deceiving. Interesting. Deceiving. You're too young to be so cynical, Prabhu. But thank you for sharing.
Hare Krishna.
So we have next is Kokila Mataji.
Krishna Prabhuji, Dandavat Pranam, Jai Srila Prabhupada. I started into Krishna conscious early mid 2019, Prabhu, and seriously started on 2020 when the COVID hit, and we were all inside the house. So my Krishna conscious picked up and I started my 16 rounds. And we have wonderful devotees association in Fort Lauderdale, help each other to grow in this wonderful journey. I have 3 kids. The first one is 12-year-old Mahima. The second one is 9-year-old Shriya. And the third one is 6-year-old Adav. His son, 2 daughters and 1 son. And my husband is Suresh. He's also slowly picking up. From last year, he started chanting. So it's very nice journey, Prabhu. And then I took shelter of His Holiness Radhanath Swami Maharaj in January. I'm very much eager to learn Bhakti Shastri. And I'm very glad to tell you, Prabhu, to my family members, they were asking, this one I have to specially thank you, so I wanted to tell you. So they were asking, I'm very neophyte, and they were asking me to explain Bhagavad Gita to them. So I was like, how can I didn't even read any chapters yet. But they were all eager. 4 or 5 people of my family, my friends, they started asking me. So then I asked Saranga Prabhu, and he said, "Oh, okay, you can buy Prabhu's videos, and I will share activities. You use them, and you we the file group together, and we shared these videos. We literally go over it. And one day at 2 p.m. I feel grateful that
You're breaking up. I'm kind of getting what you're saying by filling in the blanks, but
yeah, Prabhu. So we use your recordings and your PPTs to help. We studied from that sincerely, and then we also use that to conduct classes for my friends and family. And we are in five people in Float, Florida. We do that every Sunday. So thank you so much, Prabhuji. I'm indebted to you. And it also created the passion for me to learn Bhakti Shastri, especially under your guidance. Thank you so much, Prabhuji. And to connect with the material world, one word I can say trustworthy.
Trustworthy. Okay. Interesting. Thank you so much, Kokila Mataji. So, Lalita Mataji.
Hare Krishna Prabhu, please accept my humble obeisances of glories to Srila Prabhupada. I just wanted to join this class to learn more about Bhagavad Gita, because when you read by yourself, some of the things we don't get it. So that's why I wanted to just learn from you, get those explanations, the deeper meaning of these verses and these books. So that's why I've joined the class. And one word, I will say the same thing for me too. It's attachment. To that.
Attachment.
Yes, yes.
Thank you so much, Mataji. So we have Narayan Rishi Prabhu.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, Dandavat Pranam, Jai Srila Prabhupada. My name is Chitra Patil. I have been in Florida from last 6 years and have been associated with the Fort Lauderdale congregation. And I have been serving Krishna and my daughter, 18 months daughter Vrinda, and my husband, who is disciple of His Holiness Radhanath Swami Maharaj. And I am also aspiring from His Holiness Radhanath Swami Maharaj. My one word is with material word is entangle.
Entanglement. Very nice.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, Hare Krishna. Neha Mataji.
Hare Prabhuji, Dandavat Pranam, Jai Shri Prabhupada. I am in Fort Lauderdale congregation. My Prabhuji is in the call. Bhagwati Prabhuji, I'm his wife. I have 2 kids, as he mentioned. And we have Laddu Gopalji and Radha Govindji deities in our house, and we love to serve them. The first time I came into Krishna consciousness was 2017. And so that's when I had my daughter. So that time we joined, and then we are aspiring to be more connected with the Krishna consciousness. And I am under the shelter of His Holiness Romapada Maharaj. And the purpose is that we can, so as Kokila Mataji was also mentioning, we listen to your Bhagavad Gita classes and PPTs, and we use them. And we really like it, the way you explain it so patiently and so in-depth knowledge that you have. So I'm seeking more knowledge and blessings from you. And the one word connects me to this world. At present, I feel like the servant. So
Very nice. Thank you. Welcome. Prem Kishore Prabhu. Okay. Prem Kishore Prabhu actually has already done his Bhakti Shastri. He's helping out from the technical perspective. Prema Madhurya Mataji. Okay, Prabhu. Prema Madhurya Mataji. Okay. Raj Prabhu.
Hare Krishna Prabhu, please accept my humble obeisances. All glory to Srila Prabhupada. So my initiated name is Radha Gopinath Das. I'm disciple of His Holiness Ramapad Swami Maharaj. I got initiated in 2 years ago. Are you all able to hear me all right?
We're able to hear you. We can't see you.
Sorry, I'm just driving to LA actually. So my apologies. And I'm in driving through the hills, so the connectivity on my cell phone is weak.
I understand. Perfectly valid reason.
So that's why. So I have two. My wife Shashi Rekha is also initiated, Brahmana initiated by Maharaj. We have Lord Jagannath, Baldev, Subhadra, Maharani deities at our home, as well as God Nitai, who we serve. And we have, I have two kids. My older daughter is 21 years old, and she's in third year engineering in Silicon Valley. We live in Bay Area, in a city called Pleasanton, which is close to San Jose. And my younger daughter is 17 years old, and she is going to go to college this year, and that's why we are driving to UCLA here, a university in California. I have been associated with Maharaj's disciple for a very long time, since 2003, and until we met Maharaj in 2017. And it took me, so the journey has.
Yeah, I guess we lost Prabhu.
Sorry, can you hear me?
Yes, Prabhu, now I can hear you. Yes, yes.
Okay. I work in the software industry here in Silicon Valley, and my wife is also in the IT industry. So we both are working. She just started recently. So that's our background. Sorry, I've been in and out of this call, so I couldn't hear a lot of the folks here. But if there's anything I missed out to talk about myself, let me know.
So what's one word that would describe your relationship to the material world?
I don't know, Prabhu. What's that one word? Maybe I'm just too passionate to even think in the right way. So maybe I need some guidance on that association also.
Okay, we'll take a rain check. Thank you, Prabhu, and welcome. I think Rajiv Shyam Prabhu.
Hare Krishna Prabhu, Dandavat Pranam, all glories to Srila Prabhupada, all glories to Guru Maharaj. My name is Rajiv Shyam Das. I am initiated disciple of His Holiness Gopal Krishna Goswami Maharaj. So we began our Krishna conscious journey in 2016, and we got association with Geeta Mataji here in Atlanta area. I'm from Atlanta area. I'm in IT sector. My wife, Pavitra Lalita Devidasi, she's also a disciple of Gopal Krishna Maharaj, and we have two kids, twins. They are 12-year-old. One word about my relationship, I guess, with material world, I would say practice.
Practice. Interesting. Thank you, Prabhu. Welcome.
And thank you, Prabhu, for organizing this sessions. Actually, very, very nice. Nice service. Thank you.
Ram Tulsi Mataji.
Hare Krishna, everyone. Please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. First, Bhayahari Prabhu, thank you for hosting this. I actually came into Krishna consciousness since 1975 in South Africa. And I've been living at the Potomac Temple since 39 years now. We've been associated with the Potomac Temple. I'm married to Anudama, not the GBC Anudama. My husband is actually the first Anudama initiated by Srila Prabhupada. And we have two children, Brenda and Pitambar, and my daughter Brenda is married to Gauravani. And so I have 4 grandchildren. And our granddaughter Revati is going away to college this year. She's going to Tulane University. That was her top choice and she got in. And I don't know if I'm ready to say goodbye to her. But I've been associated with Krishna consciousness for a long time, and I read every day Prabhupada's books. But I wanted to study it in a systematic way, and I never got that opportunity because I was a public school teacher for 25 years, and I got my master's in teaching, and I was always taking classes to do with teaching. I just never got that opportunity to study Prabhupada's books in a systematic way. So I retired in 2017, perfect timing just before the pandemic. So now I have the opportunity to study Prabhupada's books in a very systematic manner. And I'm excited about this. I'm looking forward to all the classes. And I think one word for me for the material world would be, and I wanted to say I'm a disciple of His Holiness Bhakti Swarup Damodar Maharaj. He was Prabhupada's scientist and the head of the BI. My one word is balancing, because we still live in the material world and I have grandchildren, so balancing my Krishna conscious activities with some of the activities I do with my grandkids and my family. So I think that one word for me is balance.
Thank you, Mataji. Happy to have you. And I do want to share that Ramatulsi Mataji and Anuttama Prabhu are our role models. When we started coming to the temple, then they were very kind and we used to come mostly to eat food. They were very kind and in welcoming us and just being role models for us and continue to be. So when Mataji said she was interested in the class, I was a little apprehensive because there's very little that I can teach you, Mataji.
Oh no, I can learn a lot from you.
You're living the Gita, so but we all will benefit a lot from your association. Thank you so much.
Thank you for having me, Prabhu. One other thing I wanted to mention, my husband and I just celebrated 42 years of marriage. So.
Oh, wow. Congratulations. And Mataji did mention that, I don't know how many of you know that Gaurvani, famous Kirtanier, is her son-in-law. So, and it looks like the grandchildren are also on the way to becoming really, really nice and sweet Kirtan singers. So we are fortunate to have them. Okay, let's see. Ranga Mataji. Ranga Mataji and Subhadra.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, please accept our humble obeisances. All glories to Guru Maharaj and Srila Prabhupada. So my husband Chaitanya Rasa Prabhu already gave the background. So we're from Boston. So I also work in IT and she's my elder daughter. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
So
What would be the one word for you?
It is pragmatic.
Pragmatic. Very nice. Very nice. And what about you?
I'd say distractions.
Distractions. I can relate to that, and especially as a teenager. So
Yeah.
I'm sure. Thank you so much for joining. Welcome. Okay. Ranjita Mataji and Ravindra Prabhu.
We can't hear you, Ranjita Mataji.
Okay. Maybe technical problems. Recipe Mataji. I know you said your computer may not be working fully. Are you able to speak, Recipe Mataji?
Yes, Prabhu. Can you hear me?
Yes. Yes.
Okay. Thank you for having me on this program, Prabhu. It's something that I've always wanted to do. And like Ramatulsi was just saying, being so caught up with services all these years didn't give us the opportunity to really study the Srila Prabhupada's books in a systematic way. And so I'm really grateful for this opportunity. A little bit about me is that I was really fortunate to attend a class in Srila Prabhupada's presence in 1975. That's where I was first introduced to Krishna consciousness. And and then it's been quite a journey, interesting and enjoyable and frustrating and all of that. So, but I'm really, I'm here at Potomac, have done all the different types of services that you do living in a temple. And right now my projects are taking care of Tulsi and the garden project to, offer beautiful flowers for Krishna. And here I am. So the one thing that I was thinking of in this terms of a word was fortunate.
Interesting.
Fortunate.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, if you want a reason behind that, and that's because this is the only opportunity that one can come into Krishna consciousness.
Yes, that is that is spoken like a truly mature devotee, making the best of whatever has been given. And Rasapriya Mataji also has been a source of inspiration to us for many years. As she mentioned, I don't think there's any service that she has not done, and whatever service that she does it perfectly. Whether it's serving Tulsi Devi, or whether it is working on the computer, or doing QuickBooks, or serving the deities, every service for Krishna she does.
Prabhu, one more thing I forgot to say, that my Guru Maharaj is Mukunda Goswami.
Thank you. Welcome. Happy to have you. Happy to have your association. So Ravindra Prabhu and Ranjita Mataji.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna, everyone. Yes, I'm here with my wife Ranjita, and we live in Bangalore, India. We have a son, Rishank. He's also a motivator for us to be remaining in Krishna consciousness. He's in 10th grade now, and I got into this course because of to have the right interpretation of Gita from a qualified guru like you. So reading myself, it's not helping me much. So I wanted to have a guidance from a right guru. And the one word I relate here is with the middle word is temporary.
Thank you. Mataji, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji, Hare Krishna, everyone. My name is Ranjita. I was introduced to Krishna consciousness in 2016 when we were living in Chicago. Vamsi Dhari Prabhuji and Satrupa Mataji are mentors. And from there, we were very fortunate to move to Fort Lauderdale. Lalita Mataji, Saranga Prabhuji, Bhagwati Prabhuji, all everyone are so wonderful that they keep us motivated to stay in Krishna consciousness. The flight takeoff was very nice, smoothly, and then we had to move back to India. And then since when we are moved back to India, we are struggling a lot with our sadhana. Fortunately, here we have very good association of Shamkund Prabhuji and Vinodini Mataji and so many wonderful devotees. We have Gandharvika Giridhari DTs since 2003. We were serving them since 2003, and recently new members, Nitai Gaur Chandra. They are 8 months old. So I love DT worship a lot, but I struggle a lot with the chanting still. So one word, I can't mention myself connecting with one word. There are like so many, like entanglement, attachment, relation. So I would say like ignorance.
Ignorance. Interesting. Thank you so much, and I appreciate, because I think it's 6:30 in the morning over there, right?
Yes, probably.
Okay, I appreciate you getting up early, and it's a pleasure to have you. Thank you.
It helps us.
Yeah, and looks like we have a lot of common acquaintance. Vamsidhari and Shatrupa were in Potomac for a while, and they went to Chicago. And Sarang Prabhu and Lalita were in Potomac. They were Lalita Mataji is on the call, so we definitely have a lot of common acquaintances. Happy to have you.
Thank you so much.
Okay, so we have let's see. We have Rasamrita Murthy Mataji. Next.
She's speaking.
You're on mute.
She's not audible. She's speaking but not audible.
Okay.
Mataji, you're not audible.
She on mute or she's unmuted?
I
Seems
think
unmuted.
similar technical difficulty like how other.
Okay, no worries, we can move on. So Ravindra Prabhu was also having technical difficulties. Ruchi Mataji.
Hare Krishna Prabhu, Dhanvat Pranam, all glories to Srila Prabhupada. My name is Ruchi. I work as a tax analyst, married to Amit. Two wonderful kids. Daughter is 19 years old. Her name is Akshi. My son is 14 years old, Chaitanya. I have been in Krishna consciousness since 1990. The first time when we met Bhakti Yoga Swami Maharaj from Rishikesh. There's a temple, Madhubar Ashram. It used to be a small temple. Now it's a beautiful, beautiful, big ISKCON temple. So since then we were part of that. Very fortunate to be part of Krishna consciousness group here in Fort Lauderdale. The reason I'm joining this class, we have DTs at home. My Guru Maharaj gave me when we got married 25 years ago. We've been serving. But a lot of time we are distracted. So we need that focus. I mean, I need that focus to be part of something. And I think association gives me that focus. because when I'm by myself, it's very hard for me. I'm very easily distracted, whether it's chanting, reading. So I think this class, just joining this class, I see there is some hope for me. So thank you so much for doing the class, Prabhu. And one word that I can relate is association, devotee association, I would say.
So my question was, do you have a word that would describe your relationship to the material world? Now, association is perfectly fine.
Right. Oh, then I would say distracting.
Distraction is also.
This distraction is the word.
I can relate to that.
Yeah. Hare Krishna. Thank you, Prabhu.
Thank you, Hare Krishna. Indu Mataji.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu. Again, I live in Washington, D.C., living in Virginia. I have been in Krishna consciousness for about 4 years. Again, I'm aspiring to be initiated. I have 2 kids, 20 and 17, 2 boys. I'm working in IT for last 18 years. I have been in Bhakti Vriksha that we have here in Ashburn. I have been coming to the Potomac temples on Sundays, but I wanted again to get into more systematic and more organized study. Again, I have all the books at home, but yes, I have not been very sincere or organized and disciplined on a day-to-day basis. So that was the reason for me to join this. One word, I would say acceptance.
Very nice. Thank you. Welcome.
Thank you.
Welcome to the class. So Ruchi Mataji, did we already speak to you?
Yes, Prabhu. My Prabhu is also here. His name is Amit.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu. Danvat Pranam, Jai Srila Prabhupada. My name is Amit Verma, and actually I work for a company called Dexcom. They design continuous glucose monitoring device for diabetics. And I'm electrical engineer from profession. I was introduced to ISKCON by my wife when I got married. And since then I've been joining Bhakti Vriksha classes. I would not call myself as a consistent person who can do chanting every day, but I do it whenever I get a chance. I love to serve Krishna deities, our deities. And other thing I love is I like teaching. So I actually volunteer at one of the temple over here in Florida. And I teach Srimad Bhagavatam stories, Krishna stories to those kids. And the main purpose in that story is to define the symbolic meaning of each Leela. And the reason for that is because all the kids, they always come back and say that, oh, how can it be possible, right? How can he jump on, Shesh Naga on the head of Nag, right? Nag Kalia. So that kind of stuff. And also, sometimes I do get opportunity to speak in Bhakti Vriksha group as well. And that opportunity actually gives me a lot more details because I have to do research, what I'm going to say. I have to make sure it's accurate. And I have to watch lectures. And that makes me feel that I'm getting much closer when I read about these things. And I'm like, oh, that's what it means. And I listen to these lectures and create PowerPoints. So that actually very enticed me to to this opportunity. And I feel like, if I join your class and if I get the opportunity to join your class, I will also learn and I will also be able to distribute to other people, to the kids as well. So thank you so much for giving this opportunity. I'm looking forward to learning and sharing experience. And other thing is, the one word that actually connects me to this world, materialistic world, is temporary.
Temporary.
Right. And the reason behind it is because, recently, the things I've gone through, I realize how when people leave, everything is here, right? The only thing you're gaining in your life is learning about Krishna, trying to get close to Krishna.
Very nice. Thank you for sharing, Prabhu.
Thank you.
Okay. Sai Kiran Prabhu.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. My name is Sai Kiran. I'm living in College Station, Texas. I'm an electrical engineer by profession, and I've been introduced to Krishna consciousness since 2013 from IIT Patna. And I'm fortunate enough to have association here in College Station in Texas through our Bhakti Yoga Club here, through Tupti Mataji and Jai Prabhu. And and from myself, I feel like I'm very ignorant on all the Prabhupada's work and all. So I would like to learn more and understand more. Like when I talk with my friends, they always ask you have been associated with this, but I'm never that confident enough to speak with them that much. So I'd like to improve myself. And one word I would connect with the material world is endeavor. Why are we struggling and what are we trying to achieve in the life?
Thank you so much, Prabhu. Thank you for joining. Welcome. Shakti Prabhu.
Hare Krishna, can you hear me, Prabhu?
We can hear you faintly, Prabhu.
Now?
This is better.
Yeah. Hare Krishna, everyone. Dandavat Pranam, Jai Shri Prabhupada. My name is Shakti. I'm currently living in Fort Lauderdale area. I'm married to Bindu. So we are expecting a baby girl this month on 27th. And I was introduced to Krishna consciousness. Actually, it was when I was working in South America, Uruguay, and I was traveling to Argentina, and I met a devotee. He saw me and he asked me if you're Indian. I said yes, and then he sat beside me and he was talking all about Bhagavad Gita, Bhagavatam, and he didn't let me sleep all night. So we were talking continuously till the next morning. He gave me his contact, but I lost it, and then I met him. That was back in 2015, and the next year we were celebrating New Year at the beach, and then after the fireworks, I was going back home, and then I heard the kartals. Then I realized it's a familiar sound, and then I went back searching for them, and then I saw a group of devotees doing Harinam on the beach, and then I started dancing with them and went along with them for 2 hours or something, and then I went back to India because I got visa to come to the United States, and then I came back here. Then my manager is a devotee, and he was asking me to come to the temple, and he said everything is he's talking something about material. Then I started asking what is material, and then he said I'm giving Bhagavad Gita classes if I would like to join. But then I was not very serious, and then I went to Miami temple, and then I met all these devotees, and I have a very good, wonderful association here with Saran Prabhu, Lalita Mataji, and all the Football Sangha here. Yeah, and then the reason I joined this course is first I have to understand the scriptures, and I have to convince myself so that I can explain better to someone and help them grow in their spiritual path. Yeah, that's it.
Thank you, Prabhu. So I'm guessing you're expecting your first child.
Yeah, that's correct.
So you're definitely very ambitious, Prabhu, that you're hoping to do the whole Bhagavad Gita course with a child on the way. But I'm sure with determination, it's possible. How would you describe your relationship to the material world in one word?
Questioning, Prabhu. Asking questions. Inquisitive, asking why we are here, what are we doing here.
Very nice.
Yeah.
Thank you, Prabhu. Welcome.
Thank you, Hare Krishna.
Okay. Shreya Mataji.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu. Hare Krishna, everybody. Please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada.
My legal name is Shreya. My initiated name is Sarvakanti Devidasi. I'm a disciple of His Holiness Ramapad Swami. I think my journey in Krishna consciousness began, it began with my parents. So my grandma was actually in town and she was asking like, hey, is there not a Hindu temple here in St. Louis? So then my mom looked up on the internet and then she found like ISKCON St. Louis. So we started our journey in 2003. And then me personally, I think around age 12, I started becoming a little more serious and practicing, chanting, worshiping deities, helping out, helping my parents in services and stuff in the temple. I think I maintained that pretty consistently till I was 22. Then about 3 years ago, I lost my mom. So that was a very, it was a big setback for me. So little bit, my faith was shaken. I was, questioning Krishna, questioning everything. So, but now I'm kind of glad I'm coming back a little bit, rekindling my faith. So I was hoping that taking this class, it'll strengthen my faith again with Srila Prabhupada's teachings and help me take better shelter. As far as myself, I'm completing my master's. I'm in college and I work for T-Mobile. And one word that describes my relationship with the material world, I would say possibilities.
Very nice. Sorry to hear about your mom. And Krishna has his plans. We have our expectations. And yes, Prabhupada's books have a wealth of everything, from reassurance to guidance to the path going forward. So thank you for being with us. Welcome. Okay, Shobha Mai Mataji.
You're muted, Mataji.
You're mute, yeah.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji, thank you. Dandavad Pranam and Hare Krishna, everyone. I was introduced to, my name is Shobhamai Devidasi. I'm an initiated disciple of Ramapad Swami Maharaj. I got initiated 2 years ago. I was introduced to Krishna consciousness in 1998 in Bahrain. One day, one of our distant relative came to visit us. His name was Giridhari Prabhu, and he came over to our home and then showed us how to chant and asked us to come to the temple. So then since that we were going to the temple and doing safe services there. Then in 2004, we moved to United States. We were in New York initially, and then after 1.5 years, we moved to Arizona. And then we found the temple and we started our journey again, going to the temple, doing services and things like that. And I got initiated 2 years ago. And I'm a nurse practitioner in profession. I have 3 children, 22 years old twins, Harsha and Rishikesh, and I have a 16-year-old boy, Ritik. And I was always want to learn the scriptures systematically. I was longing for a long time, and when I saw this opportunity, and I immediately grabbed that, and I talked to my Maharaj about it, and Maharaj was so happy that I was attending this class. And I'm here. I'm so happy for this association, and thank you, Prabhuji, for putting it all together. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Madhuji. How would you describe in one word?
Survival, Prabhuji. Survival. I'm a nurse practitioner, and I do, struggle to survive every day. That's what I can say.
And you probably see a lot of death also in the,
especially in this pandemic. It's a struggle for survival every day.
Thank you, Mataji. Welcome. Shri Padma Manji Mataji.
Hare Krishna, dear devotees, please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Rama Maharaj, all glories to Srila Prabhupada. I start when I was 16 in 1999. I was a very staunch Hindu Lord Shiva devotee, Lord Hanuman. And my mom is a Krishna devotee, and I always be fighting with her about Lord Shiva is better. Don't talk about Krishna, you know. And my father, one day on my 16th birthday, we were poor, and my father asked me what I wanted. My uncle had a Bhagavad Gita as it is, which he got from a pandit, and not ISKCON devotees. There were no center around us. And I saw the Bhagavad Gita and I read 2 pages, and I wanted to borrow it, but I didn't get to borrow it. And then for my 16th birthday, I asked my dad, like, the Bhagavad Gita as it is. And he gave me the Bhagavad Gita as it is. I started being, well, not a full vegetarian, but I'll be keeping a lot of fasts. And I'll be reading the books, and I look at the back and I saw ISKCON Center, and I'm like, and when they talk about the devotees, I'm like, where are these people? I hope one day I'll be able to meet them. And far back, my father died in 2007, and then came the week that he died, then came an ISKCON Center where we were. And then we joined, and what helped me was just having faith in Krishna. When he died, when the ISKCON Center been there, and we started serving, I wasn't consistent in chanting because my mind, I will always be distracted. 2 years ago, I got initiated by Ramapad Maharaj. I started doing service. I'm from Chicago, and I'm in Chicago, not from Chicago, and I serve at Sri Kishore Kishori. One day before my birthday last year, in October, it was just a health checkup, and I got diagnosed with thyroid cancer. I was devastated, but then at the same time I was laughing, and I'm like, Krishna has some plan for me. I started thinking I would really like to serve Sri Kishore Kishori. I would love to get second initiation. This world, our time is so limited, and I need to do everything that I must now before it's too late. So I serve in the flower department, and then I just got into book distribution. And more than anything, I love to dress Kishore Kishori. And so I need to do this Bhakti Shastri class to get second initiation. After my surgery, I told Guru Maharaj that I would love to get second initiated and searching for a Bhakti Shastri class. So I was so happy that this came about for me to have an opportunity. Also, I'm very scared because I don't do well with, I don't know Hindi, or although I'm Indian, we grew up in the West Indies. So I don't pronounce the word properly, and it doesn't stay in my brain. So although I'm excited joining it, I got like very scared. And my friends say, oh, you're going to remember. I'm like, what's going to happen if I don't remember all? Because I'm trying Sri Radha Astakam, and I'm still at stanza 3 trying to remember. So I just pray thank you for doing this course, and I pray to Sri Radharani that it will be successful and I will learn. Thank you.
Good. Radharani is merciful, and just to reassure you that of all the batches of Bhakti Shastri students that have worked with me, I have never had any student not getting the Bhakti Shastri. So I have 100% track record. The only time they did not get is when they actually dropped out of the course for some reason. But if they stayed in the course, then the nature of the course is so attractive. It's not that I'm a great teacher or anything like that, but the nature of the course, the nature of the teaching is so attractive that it draws the students in. So I'm positive that you'll do very well.
Thank you.
What's
I
one
forgot
word?
the one word. Well, I was actually thinking about 2 words. I was thinking about I'm a puppet in relation to the material world, and then I'm thinking I'm a prisoner. So I think I will go with, because calling myself prisoner that means I have no faith in Krishna. So I call myself a puppet because the material world can pull me anywhere. I have to be really careful.
Right. Yeah, so I do see that we are over our time. I do want to finish the introductions. I think they went a little longer. We are at the end of it, so I think we'll go over it. Rasamrita Murthy Mataji, are you able to reconnect?
Hare Krishna, Prabhu. Can you hear me now?
I can hear you.
Yeah. Hare Krishna, Prabhu. My name is Rasamrita Murthy Devi Dasi, and I joined ISKCON 2009. I used to live in Los Angeles, and I got inspired from devotees from Los Angeles. And I took initiation 2 years ago, and my Guru Maharaj is Loknath Swami Maharaj, and I have three child, and my one word is detached.
Very nice. Thank you so much. Welcome.
Thank you.
Tulsi Priya Mataji.
Hare Krishna Prabhu, Dandavat Pranam. All glories to Srila Prabhupada, Guru Maharaj, and all the assembled Vaishnavas. I'm wife of Jai Govinda Das. He introduced himself some time back. So we got introduced to Krishna consciousness at Penn State University in 2005. And so we were from that very fortunate batch where all of us, like we were around 10-15 of us, and all of us got from the Penn State. Most of us got initiated, I think around, I think everybody, I think. And so since then, we've been associated with Guru Maharaj, Rompad Maharaj, and we got initiated in 2011. We had, so during our training period, we were under the care of Jagdanand Prabhu and Anand Vrindavan Mataji. So they are our spiritual mentors. And we they're still our mentors. So they, even though they moved to Ujjain now. And so we moved to College Station in 2000, I think 8 or 9. And in 2013, we started a Bhakti Yoga Club on campus. And it's been 9 years now. So I'm very fortunate. We have students like Abhijit, Sai Kiran helping us. And and then we also were running the Bhakti, Bhakti Vriksha programs at our home. So it used to be like Friday campus program, Saturday Bhakti Vriksha program back to back. But because of the COVID, the Bhakti Vriksha program has taken a back seat. And I completed my PhD last year, and I started working as an instructional designer for a government agency. And the word that I relate to the material world, there are two actually. One is suffering, and another is desperately wanting to get out of this material world.
Thank you so much. Welcome. Vamsi Gopal Prabhu.
Hare Krishna to all glories to Srila Prabhupada. I am Vamsi Gopal Das from Phoenix. I have a wife and 2 kids. My kids are, son is 17 and daughter is 11. Both goes to Sunday school. And by profession, I'm a wireless engineer. And I moved to US in 2001. I lived in DC Metro for a couple of years. But unfortunately, I could not visit the ISKCON temple there, but I used to visit the Mahavishnu temple in the temple that time. And I got introduced to Krishna consciousness in Columbus, Ohio by my cousin brother, Ram Tirthas in 2005. So that's why, I used to attend the Sunday programs regularly. And I can say that, last 4 or 5 years, I'm a little more serious than just serving the prasadam or eating the prasadam. So, and got initiated last year by His Holiness Bhakti Sundar Goswami Maharaj on the Prabhupada Appearance Day. So in that sense, I'm only less than 1 year old. I'm here to learn and grow with everybody here. And I attend the Bhakti Vriksha program for last 3 years. Now Priya Devi Dasi introduced to Bhakti Vriksha program we attend, and we I'm still struggling to, to discussion, what's the discussion and other things. So I tried Bhakti Shastri a couple of times, and unfortunately, due to other issues, it didn't go well. With the classes were suspended or something. So this is the third time, and I just decided yesterday, even though I'm not ready, but I think with all the Radha Madhavari blessings and the devotee association, I'm hoping to learn, understand the Krishna teachings. So as my kids goes to Sunday school, I feel like I'm less qualified than them to, but one good thing I did was, join them in the school. Now I feel like I at least, having associated with the temple for a long time, at least know the scriptural aspect, and also at least I should able to, understand myself, at least give some knowledge to others, or give some. And coming to relationship to the material world, I think I'm like, my son says I'm self-centered, and maybe being lost in the introduction, I think I have more idea how to connect. Maybe I'm ignorant, or I'm connected with the illusion. So
illusion. Nice. Thank you, Prabhu. Welcome. And last but not the least is Vanita Mataji.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, please accept my humble obeisances. All glory to Sri Prabhupada and Guru Maharaj. So I have started my Krishna consciousness in 2016-17. We got initiated by Rompada Maharaj Swami in 2021. And we are practicing. The more inspiration is my daughter, who to her sincere services, and my husband, who keeps on pulling me onto the track every time whenever I get deviate. So they both serve Lord, and I serve them, at least with prasadam. I feel happy with that. And I'm keen, means I want to study more on Bhagavad Gita and wanted to know more, though we have everyday daily classes and weekly classes. Yeah, I'm looking forward getting the knowledge. And the one word in relation to the material world is need.
Needs. Very nice. Thank you so much. Welcome. And have I missed anybody?
Yes, Prabhu. Actually, my sister-in-law, Seema Verma, she just joined. She was having technical difficulties, so I think she has not introduced herself.
Okay. So please do introduce yourself. What's her name, Prabhu?
Seema Verma.
Seema.
Looks like she's having a difficulty.
Yeah, I see the name, but
Maybe Prabhu, she's having difficulties. That's why. But she's new
maybe.
to Krishna consciousness. She lives in Chicago, and she was very
yes,
she's there.
I'm not able to do the camera, so Hare Krishna Prabhu. I'm not able to, my camera is not, I don't know, it's enabled, so, but I can introduce myself. Hare Krishna. My name is Seema Verma, and I'm from Chicago. And my husband's name is Krishna Gopal Verma, and I have two kids, Pooja Verma and Akshay Verma. They are 24 and 25. My son is he's a software engineer, and he's already working. My daughter is in dental school, and she will be finishing up next year. I am very new, Prabhu. I'm not practicing. To be very honest, I was a little bit nervous, when I was hearing everybody else, like people have been practicing for so long. I'm really excited to learn more, and here I am. One word for to relate to the materialistic world is forgiveness.
Forgiveness. Very nice. Thank you so much, and welcome. Anybody else that I missed? No? Okay. So, so thank you all of you for sharing a little bit about yourself. We did go over time, and I do promise that for future classes we will try our best to stay within the 60-minute time interval. Having said that, I also do not cut off discussions if they're interesting. So a few minutes here and there may happen, but by and large, we'll stay within the 60 minutes. Before going, I just want to make sure that there is one control on Zoom that you're all familiar with, which is raising your hand. So as I mentioned, that our essential mode of learning is through discussion. And this being a virtual environment, the recommended way to contribute is raise your hand. And when called upon, then discuss. Otherwise, too many people speak over one another. So on your screen, there is this round icon with reactions. It's a smiley face. And if you click on that, then at the bottom, there is the bar which says raise hand. So I just want to make sure that all of you can raise hands, say Haribol before we go. So okay. Okay, almost everybody. I think some people may still be having technical problems. Okay, so we are good. We'll stop here, and we will meet next week at 8 p.m. Eastern Time. If you can read the first chapter of the Bhagavad Gita, and along with that, the study material. So the way is that you read the chapter along with the purports and the study material, and then we will have a discussion, question, answer, clarification over the hour. So we'll end over here. Vanchakalpatarubhyascha kripa sindhubhya eva cha patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namaha. Ananta Koti Vaishnavindra ki jai. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Hari Gaur Premanand.
Hari Hari Bol.
Hare Krishna. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Thank
Hare
you.
Krishna.
Thank you, Prabhu. Hare
Thank you,
Krishna.
Prabhu.
Thank you, everybody. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.